Times like this is why I wish the film industry would not mix in teen actors and adult actors when it comes to teen oriented shows, okay? You can appeal to that adult teenage audience, you're bound to do better. And that's literally why Julie and the Phantoms was so successful, in my opinion. That we finally got to see him in a role that showed his strengths as an actor. Owen Joyner is really, really talented. And we start a band with 3 ghost boys who died in the 90s after eating poisonous hot dogs. Oh, I know it sounds stupid, but like, come on, bear with me. Come on, you gotta bear with me on this. I'm sorry. It works.
When the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. My scene. Let's go, Jane, go. Come on, girls, it's almost time to freak out. A thing go. We're supersonic cool. We're Jane, could play rocket candy. Steady feeling how you doing, better watch out.
Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Hello, I am the captain. You are not my first mate. Please get it through your brain because you was not my first mate. Okay? You got me? You heard me clear? Let's go. Hello, my name is Harriyanna and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues and things that I find within those spaces. Now, don't say nothing about my hair. I know it looks a mess. I'm getting it done soon, okay? So you don't drag me for that. Please don't drag me for my hair. Happy New Year. Happy freaking New Year. We're in a new year and we're still in this mess. But you know what? We're gonna try to make the most of what we can do on the internet. I really hope the people that watch me are staying safe and staying indoors and staying home. Please don't disappoint the captain, okay? The captain really wants all of y'all to stay home. She wants my pirates to stay safe. I want my pirates to be healthy and I want you guys to live forever and ever and also care about other people, okay? Before we go any further, we have a little announcement. Yes, I'm starting my merch line. It's coming soon. It's going to be my own accessory line based off of my favorite things, such as cartoons, movies, TV shows, and things like that. I cannot wait. It's called Harry by harriyannahook. I have the website linked down below, so please go join our mailing list and also go follow harriyannahook's Instagram because my store is getting its own Instagram. I have great feelings about it so far. I'm about to put Claire's out of business, okay? I'm about to put Claire's out of business. Next announcement we have is Patreon. Please go support me on Patreon if you can. Like, if you guys support me on Patreon, it's like giving me a little tip for what I do over here on the pirate ship. On my Patreon, you get access to my Discord server, you get early access to all my videos, and you get exclusive videos from me because I got a lot of things to say. A lot of my exclusive videos be like Main Street stuff y'all been wanting me to talk about. That goes over there on the harbor. That's what I call the Patreon. I understand not everybody can afford to, but if you can, please support if you can. Also, by the way, requests are only open to my patrons. So yeah, that's just a hint. Requests are closed to the public. They are only open to my Patreon. And last but not least, please go support The Projects. The Projects is my web series that I'm creating. It is based off the Descendants characters because you know how Disney did them. They didn't even mess up just the people of color. They just messed up everybody. Those characters deserve such a better storyline. And me, the captain, Harry Hook's first mate, is gonna do that. I'm gonna give these characters a better storyline that they deserve. So we are done with the commercials and on to today's video. We are going to be talking about Julie and the Phantoms again. Y'all have been begging me to talk about Julie and the Phantoms left and right, telling me, Harriyanna, I think you would like this show. Harriyanna, please check this out right here. Harriyanna. I'm like, y'all, I literally posted a video about Julie and the Phantoms not too long after when it came out, and none of y'all watched it. Okay? None of y'all watched that. It actually freaking hurts me to know that y'all didn't watch it because literally, it's, y'all, just search. Before y'all ask me to make something, please go search through my catalog. I know I post a lot of videos, but y'all please go look to see that it's there first. In that video, I just spoke about the character Flynn, and I was like, why don't you actually just talk about the entire show, because you really did like it. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. And like I said, y'all kept suggesting that I watch Julie and the Phantoms. Y'all, I watched Julie and the Phantoms right when it came out. I watched it right when it came out, okay? So I seen it before probably a whole bunch of people did. I saw it before it blew up on the internet. So yeah, I've been on the Julie and the Phantoms train, okay? And yeah, I've been here. Like, y'all trying to talk to me like I'm new. I've been here. Like, this show is one of them slow burn situations, like with On My Block, where I had watched On My Block literally the day after it came out, and then nobody watched it until a week later. No, nobody watched On My Block until like a whole month later. So that's usually what goes on with a lot of these Netflix shows that get attention later on. And Julie and the Phantoms is one of those. And I'm going to sit here and talk to you guys today about why I believe Julie and the Phantoms is a chaotic masterpiece. Julie and the Phantoms is a Brazilian television show, but you know, America wanted to do it their way or the highway. So now Julie and the Phantoms is an American television show produced by Kenny Ortega. And many of you guys know how I feel about Kenny Ortega. I don't care too much for the man. But if you don't know who Kenny Ortega is, he is the man who made the High School Musical films. He directed the Cheetah Girls 2. He worked with Michael Jackson. And he directed the Descendants movies. The show is about a girl named Julie who starts a band with 3 ghost boys who died in the 90s after eating poisonous hot dogs. Oh, I know it sounds stupid, but like, come on, bear with me. Come on, you gotta bear with me on this. I'm sorry. It works. It works. It sounds pretty damn ridiculous, but it works. And yes, I am aware that I look like Julie, okay? I get this every day. I take it as a compliment. She's a really adorable girl. So thank you. Thank you guys so much. If y'all need a Madison Razor lookalike, I'm right here. Here is why I, harriyannahook, think Julie and the Phantoms is a chaotic masterpiece, because I really had to explain myself from telling you guys what exactly the show is about, the actual premise of the show. And please understand that when I say something is a chaotic masterpiece, it means that I think it's good, but it's wild. Because somebody thought that when I said something was a chaotic masterpiece, they thought I meant I hated it. And that's happened a few times when I've said things were chaotic masterpieces and people assume that I don't like it and they want to come at me and say I hate everything. And I'm like, no, if I said it's a chaotic masterpiece, it means I like it, okay? Just understand, please. As weird as the concept of this show is, it works. And the reason it works is because they kept it as normal as they could. I'll explain. Like, how normal could you make a show about 3 musical ghosts that freaking sing and dance and die from poisonous hot dogs? How realistic can you be about that? Julie and the Phantoms did it. They was like, you know what? They literally are the epitome of if pigs can fly, and they made it fly and they made it work. That's when Julie and the Phantoms team did. Okay, I gotta give them their props. Like, yes, this show is about musical ghosts, but why it works so well is that you can see yourself in these situations. You can see yourself talking to these people. You can see yourself in these people. Well, most of the characters, with the exception of Caleb and Carrie, but Caleb and Carrie are like characters on purpose. Like, Caleb is supposed to be like the super duper villain, and then Carrie is just supposed to be your typical annoying mean girl character. But we're gonna get into those 2 people later because we're focused on what makes the show realistic in that sense. Shout out to Madison Rayes, by the way. She was only 15 years old when she filmed Julie and the Phantoms, and she was able to carry that series, okay? Not many kids have that talent to do that, so shout out to her. Very talented girl. I can't wait to see what she does like further on in her career, because this actually is her first thing she's ever did. She did a great job, so I'm like, I'm blown away. Because I know good and well when I was 15, I could not carry a show on my back. I couldn't. I could not. I could not. I did not have the confidence to be the lead in the show. I couldn't. But the show feeling real is literally the problem with family and children's entertainment. Because so many kids shows nowadays are just really over the top and crazy and wacky, it turns adults and older viewers, like just older teenage viewers, away from the show. Like, I hate to use Andy Mack as an example, but I have to use Andy Mack as an example. It's a Disney Channel show, but the reason it works so well is because it doesn't look like one. It doesn't feel like one. It feels more as if it was on Freeform in that sense. It was a little too kiddie to be on Freeform, but too mature for Disney in that sense, if that makes sense. Andy Mack felt perfect on about Disney Plus or on Netflix's level. They got rid of all the, like, you know, the cheap sitcom set. They got rid of the laugh track and everything. And they just let the show be calm, okay? That's literally how Julie and the Phantoms was. They just let the show be calm. Andy Mack, they just let the show be calm. And for a family entertainment show, it's mature by kids show standards, okay? It's really mature by kids show standards. That's why I see a lot of similarities between Andy Mack and Julie and the Phantoms. Even though the shows are two completely different things, they both went about it in similar ways, and that's why both of the shows were so well received by the public and why they had such a big young adult and teenage audience. Like I said, these networks are smart, okay? Networks have realized that if they cannot appeal to the teenage and the adult audience, then 9 times out of 10, they're not going to make money. Having a teen and adult audience for a kid show or a kid movie is a really big freaking deal, because you want to know why? Kids are not on social media. And when I say kids, I mean like about 13 and younger. The people that like literally run social media nowadays are teenagers and people in their 20s, okay? Literally, we are the people that run social media. So 9 times out of 10, if it don't slide by our standards, nobody's gonna like it. You're not going to get the attention on social media that you want. And it's sad because a lot of these actors in this show depend on social media follows. Like, I will literally go and look at an actor's Instagram that's on a Disney Channel show. Like, let's take one of the kids from Bunked. I'll take one of the kids from Bunked. And not the Ross kids from Jessie. I'm talking about the new kids from Bunked. I will look on their Instagram, not see they have many followers. Okay. Then I'll go to a show that appeals to the teenage and adult audience. Like, I'll go to a cast member from Andy Mack. They got way more followers, okay? Look at the cast from Julie and the Phantoms. They got way more followers. I hate to sound ridiculous. I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but Descendants appealed to the teenage and adult audience. They did, and all of them had such great followings. And then you look at the Zombies cast and their followings aren't up to par like them. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Descendants does appeal to the bigger audience because of the characters. That's why I'm saying, if you can appeal to that adult teenage audience, you're bound to do better. And that's literally why Julie and the Phantoms was so successful, in my opinion. Just a heads up, if you're somebody that's dealt with grief, this show might hurt a little bit. Not a little bit, it'll hurt a lot of it, actually. It will really, really freaking hurt. So just please keep that in mind, because death is brought up in this show a lot. Like, the show literally starts off with a death scene. It's not an explicit death scene, but it's a death scene. Just be aware. Just be aware. You open up with an amazing banger, best song out of the show. I will fight y'all on that one. And then next thing you know, they died. So it's tragic. It's tragic throughout the run. And it's weird because the way the boys died, it wasn't even played off for laughs. Like, you think, like, in the kids' show that somebody dying from a poisonous hot dog would be funny. But here it's actually very sad. And like I said, that's why I praise this show so much, because they made it real. They made it feel real. Like, I know good and well if this was on freaking Nickelodeon, if this was on Hungry Danger, they would have played that death hot dog scene to the grave. They would have made you laugh so hard, okay? Here, it's not funny. It's not even a lick of funny. Shows about how Julie lost her passion for music after her mom passed away. So that's just tragic enough. And throughout the series, we get to see her open back up about why she loves music and why she loves doing this. but she's so stuck in the back of her mind about how she's not there with her mother anymore to drive out that passion for music. And it's really, really tragic, especially in the first 2 episodes when you're just like, sis, can you want Julie to get better, but it's kind of like you want to fight her at the same time, where you're just like, girl, please get it together. I just want you to win, Julie. I know you're gonna win because there's literally freaking 6 more episodes later. I want you to win, Julie. I want you to win. And like I mentioned earlier, yes, it sounds super duper silly how they died from eating poisonous hot dogs, but you get to see how their death affected their parents. Like, we didn't really get to see much with Reggie's backstory, which kind of made me upset because I really did like Reggie. He was my favorite character. But we did find out from Luke's parents that he wasn't on good terms with them before he passed away, and that Alex's parents basically kind of disowned him for being gay. So it's actually extremely tragic. He didn't get any closure with his parents before he passed. Yeah, and like I said, we didn't get to see why that was going on with Reggie in that sense. And the most tragic thing of it all is that after Julie summoned the boys and brought them back to life, not really back to life, but basically brought them in their ghost form, they didn't even know they were dead. They didn't even know they died. They just thought they took a nap and then came back. That's the most tragic thing of it all. She literally had to tell them. Like, I'm pretty sure they are aware that they died, but at the same time, they were like in denial with it. It was really, really weird. That's one of the most confusing aspects of the show. That's something that did frustrate me at the end. The boys died before they could live their dreams. And as somebody that has a lot of big dreams out here in this world and wants to make an impact, that freaking hurts. That really, really freaking hurts to see. Now we're in my favorite part of all these videos that I make when I just talk my video reviews, character talk. We're into character talk. Today we're going to be going in with the big one. Usually I don't like to start with the main character, but we're starting with the main character because literally it just kind of sets the tone. Julie. Okay, so Julie, the main character. I usually am not too big on the main characters, but I really did like her. Like, you know how much I like Will and Witch? I really did like Julie on that same level. Julie was cool. She kind of frustrated me from time to time throughout the series, but you got to understand why she was frustrated. Like, her mama died, okay? I'll give her a break. Her mama passed away. But sometimes it was just like, Julie, can you fix your communication skills? Like, a lot of stuff that Julie got herself into is because she wouldn't open her mouth. Like, you have a mouth, please use it. Please speak, Julie, please. It's really nice to see, like, throughout the series that she's just coming out of her shell. And it shows a lot through her clothing. Like, in the beginning, she dresses a lot more childlike, but as it goes on over time, she starts to dress down, and we get to see her, I don't want to say more a mature light because she's a freaking teenage girl, but she dresses more moderate, if that makes sense. Modesty? What is the word that I'm looking for? She dresses more casual. That's the word I'm looking for. She tones down her outfits. She tones down her outfit choices, and I really did appreciate that because her outfits in the first 2 episodes were LOL. But, like, yeah, that's the main thing that only really got on my nerves about Julie is that she kept giving people mixed signals. And I'm like, Julie, please open your mouth, please. But for the most part, she's a pretty likable girl. Like I said, she's a main character. You like her enough to root for her, but like I said, she's not your favorite. But she actually was one of my favorite parts of the show. So I'm not gonna lie, like, literally the show is about her. So, moving on. We're talking about Flynn, who plays her best friend. Now, I literally made an entire video about Flynn. Please go watch it. I will have that link down below. But, yeah, I'm tired of the token black friend trope. I'm really tired of it. I'm really sick of it. It gets on my freaking nerves. We're tired, okay? It's literally nothing new. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of seeing it. I say this every time we discuss the token black friend trope on this channel. I'm tired of it. Please do something new with it. Because I'm over it, okay? I'm over it. If you're gonna, okay, here's my thing. If you're gonna do the token black kid trope, at least give them their own storyline, okay? Like, that's just, I'm just tired because that was my issue with Flynn's character. I like Flynn. Flynn was pretty cool. She could be a bit much at times, but I don't like how she was acting motherly to her best friend of the same age, okay? Like, literally, Flynn was a mammy. Flynn was a mammy type. I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. And that's actually one of the weakest points of the show because they literally use a teenage girl as a mammy. That is my big issue with Flynn, okay? But I really like Flynn for the most part. She was great. Very, very funny character. One of the funniest characters, had the best one-liners. But like I said, at the end of the day, she's the token black friend. She's the mammy of the show. And I don't like it. But like I said, I love Flynn. I literally knocked my glasses off by accident. But like I said, Flynn was like cute, carefree black girl character. And I just wish they did more with her. That's part of the reason why I would love for this show to get a season 2. Because I want Reggie and Flynn to get more. Reggie and Flynn deserve more. And I will fight y'all on that, okay? I will fight y'all on that. Carrie. I don't have much to say about this girl right here. She's your typical mean girl. She was pretty, blonde. She could kind of sing. No, she actually could sing. It's just her songs were kind of annoying. She was rich. I don't have much to say about Carrie. She was just the mean girl. Like, literally not much depth to her character. But you can tell that Carrie hated herself low-key. She was hurting deep down inside. And I found it really, really sad. But like I said, Carrie had, like, I may have said the thing about how some of Carrie's songs were a bit weird, but I'm not gonna lie, I can turn up to her music. I can turn up to Why my family want to talk as soon as I start recording? Y'all ain't talked all day and now y'all want to talk, okay? But like I said, I pay my respects when it's due. Carrie had bops, okay? Carrie had bops. I literally listen to her 2 little songs off that soundtrack all the time. Carrie had bops. I pay my respect when it's due. She know how to put on the shout out. She know how to put on the shout out. Nick, boring? I don't have much to say about this guy. There wasn't much for me to write down about him. He was pretty boring for the most part. He was Carrie's little boyfriend. He was Julie's crush. Literally, what did they see in this boy? What did they see in this? He was boring. He was really freaking boring. Like, I just didn't. Why? That's one thing that always kind of gets on my nerves when I watch kid shows in general, is that the girl always has a crush on an extremely dull guy. Like, why? You could have picked somebody with personality. Why? It's actually really, really tragic what happens to him in the end. I'm not going to spoil the end for you guys because I know somebody going to be like, you spoiled the show for me. But, yeah, it's tragic. He didn't deserve that whatsoever. Like I said, he was a really sweet guy, by the way. Even though he was boring, he was a little lame, but he didn't deserve that. Especially from Caleb. No, Caleb deserves a death, but we're moving on. And I'm actually really, really scared for his character in season 2 because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Okay? This is why we gotta have season 2. I need some closure because season 1 left me with wanting more and also left me with some questions, okay? Luke, he's the pretty white boy of the show. That's like the best way to describe Luke. He's this show's pretty white boy. Literally every teen sitcom has one nowadays. That's what Luke's character is. I liked him, but for the most part, he can be really, really selfish, and that got on my freaking nerves a lot. Like, that's one of Luke's weaknesses. He was just selfish for no reason sometimes, and it really did bother me. I really did not like that about Luke. One thing I noticed about Luke, this is probably just like an actor decision, but you can tell that, like, he was hurting deep down inside, okay? And I can see why. Like, he passed away before his parents knew. He'd go and visit them and whatever. You can tell that Luke just was not happy with their current situation at all, especially with the way their music career went and whatnot. You can just tell that Luke just wasn't in the right mindset. He was trying so hard to be happy and it just was not working. And it was tumbling more and more and more and more and more in the end, to where in the last episode it just makes you want to crack and cry, because it hurt it. It really, really freaking hurt it. Y'all, my nose is starting to itch. I'm sorry. I'm so freaking sorry. But for the most part, I think Luke's character is one of the strongest points of the show. I follow the boy that plays him on Instagram because he is oh so cute to me. Don't tell nobody. But yeah. Alex. I love him. So adorable. So wholesome. I felt so bad for him from time to time, and I just wanted to pull him into just a big hug. Like, Alex deserved so much more, okay? Like, Alex, oh my god, he was... Owen Joyner is freaking funny, okay? I don't care what no one says. Owen Joyner is freaking hilarious. I've loved Owen Joyner since he's been on 100 Things to Do Before High School. I love watching him when Daniela Perkins would bring him in on her vlogs. Owen Joyner is a star, and I'm so glad that we finally got to see him in a role that showed his strengths as an actor. Owen Joyner is really, really talented. And we're not even talking about Alex right now. We're just talking about Owen. I haven't talked about Owen's talent for a while, okay? Like, literally, Alex is like a great friend. You would love to have him. He's always there for his boys and whatever. But yeah, this was more of an Owen Joyner praise than Alex character talk. I don't care. I love both equally, okay? Owen Joyner deserves the best. Alex deserves the best. We love them. We love them. Reggie, my favorite character. I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't care what none of y'all say. Reggie and Jeremy are not the same person. Yes, I am aware that Jeremy used to be Flynn on Adventure Time. Okay, I am aware of that. I know he's on Voltron. I have not started watching Voltron yet, but yes, because somebody always feels the need to bring up, did you know that Jeremy was on Adventure Time? Yes, I know Jeremy was on Adventure Time. I used to be an Adventure Time stan. Like, do you not know? Do you not know me? I love cartoons. I've seen it all. We just talking about Reggie, okay? I don't like how Reggie was kind of there as like the comic relief, if that makes sense. He was just kind of there for Alex and Luke. He kind of didn't have anything on his own to do, and that really freaking annoyed me because he, like I said, he's funny. He's really freaking hilarious. He had the best one-liners and whatever. He was just like a cute, awkward guy. That's the best way to describe Reggie. But I just hate how they could, like I said, they could have did so much more with Reggie. The same way they could have did with Flynn. But for the most part, pretty likable character. Pretty likable character for the most part. Willie, y'all not gonna like me for this one. Y'all are really not gonna like me for this one. I liked Willie up until episode 6. Y'all know what he did. Willie knew he was wrong with what he did. I'm not gonna spoil exactly what he did, but he knew he was wrong. So we're not gonna talk about Willie up until then. We're just gonna talk about Willie before. So adorable, so wholesome, so sweet. He's kind of like an adjacent to Alex's character. Very, very sweet, cute, a bit kind of shy. I think that's just Boo Boo Stewart though, to be honest. But for the most part, Willie is like the cutest thing ever. When him and Alex had the interactions, I was just living for it. Nice little relationship right there. And then Willie made me not like him, so yeah. Willie is weird because it's like if you say anything about what he did, people get angry with you. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm not Willie Hive. I'm sorry. I'm not Willie. I'm just not here for Willie shenanigans. I'm not, and I accidentally zoomed in on my camera. I was not here. I'd rather read a fan fiction where Willie didn't do what he did. Because that pissed me off. That really, really pissed me off. Which leads us into our last character we're going to talk about. Caleb. Terrible. Amazing villain. Horrible though. horrible. I can't hate him. That's the thing about Caleb, is that you're not supposed to like this dude whatsoever. I don't know not one person that is Caleb Hive. And it's weird because, like, isn't this Hades? Isn't this dude Hades from Descendants? Like I said, I don't know. Every time I see that man, I just see Hades. Descendants has ruined me. Descendants has really freaking ruined me. And it really ruined this show for me. Okay? I hated him. No. He was just evil. Like, he was just trifling. And the thing about it that bothers me so bad about Caleb is that, like I said, I don't like watching kid shows in general or kid movies where the adults are the villains, because it always comes off as extremely mean-spirited. That's why Carrie didn't really bother me too much in a sense with this show, because she was the kids' ages. And yeah, like, kids are mean, kids bully each other, but when it's different, when it's an adult bullying a kid, like, that's why I hated Slade from Teen Titans so bad. When an adult is picking on a kid, it really rubs me the wrong way. Like, it's just really freaking terrifying. It's just something so evil about that to me. So that's why I don't like Caleb for the most part. Great villain though, an amazing villain. We gotta talk about the music. For the most part, I'm not too big on this show soundtrack. I love the opening number, okay? I love the opening number, okay? I literally got it right here in my Spotify likes. Y'all don't think I'm playing, y'all think I'm lying. Here we go. No, that's the Julie and the Phantom soundtrack. Hold up. Like, oh, no, not that album. Not that album. Y'all can't see what that one is. Like songs. Okay? Now or Never. You guys see that? And Now or Never. Julie and the Phantom. Hold up. It's in my likes. Now or Never from Julie and the Phantom. See, it's an amazing opener. Banger. That's the best song. That's my favorite song. I like both of Carrie's songs. I wasn't really too big on Julie's songs. I cannot stand that song that plays in the casino that Caleb performs. I just don't like it, okay? I just can't, okay? I can't. I'm just not a big fan of this music. And then again, I'm not too big on a lot of Kenny Ortega's music in general. I just wasn't here for it. I just didn't care too much for the songs. Carrie, but I believe in Carrie's superiority here. Carrie won with the music, okay? Her musical numbers were great, okay? I'm sorry. Madison Ray's put on the show. It's just, her voice is beautiful. She's an amazing performer. Same with the guys. But I just was not feeling their songs too much, okay? Probably because I haven't listened to them since I watched the show, and the only song that I really listen to over and over again are Carrie's 2 songs, and Now or Never. So I might have to go back and listen to them and see if they grow on me. But Julie's ballads on her own, I can't tolerate them. I don't like ballads, y'all. I don't like slow songs. I don't like songs that the feel-good songs, if those make sense. I just don't like them. I like music that makes me dance. I like music that makes me relax. I just don't like ballads. I'm sorry. This just turned into a rant about ballads. I'm just not here for them. We gotta talk about Juke. We have to talk about Juke. I'm sorry. We have to talk about it, okay? Because I know good and well I'm not going to be able to run away from this video unless I talk about Juke. It's weird. People can ask me, do I ship it? And to be honest, no. And you don't want to know the main reason why I don't ship it? Because it's so weird. Because when I see Luke, I see a 20-year-old. That's exactly how old he is. When I look at Julie, that's how old the girl that plays her in real life is. I see a 16-year-old. Nope. No, that the thing about it is that he looks young, but then next to her, his age shows. It shows. That's why I just can't ship it. I just can't ship it. People are asking me, but it doesn't matter because the characters are not the same age. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it because I just see an adult and I see a child, and that's exactly what it was. Times like this is why I wish the film industry would not mix in teen actors and adult actors when it comes to teen-oriented shows, okay? Please either get a cast of all teenagers or get an all cast of 18 to look younger people, because it's weird. It's really, really freaking weird. I understand that they look alike and whatever, but behind the actors are real people. You got adults that feel weird with playing romantic love interest for children. It's really, really freaking weird. That's why I prefer to see Julie with Nick, because that dude was her age. That guy was her age. It was just so freaking creepy to me, because like there are plenty of things that I have watched where it was an adult and then it was a child. and they looked exactly the same age, but then you looked up how exactly old they were, and it just ruins it for me. Like I said, I just wish, if you're gonna have a teen-oriented show, please just get all teens or all adults that look like teens, because it's weird. It's really, really awkward. And this is the same problem that I have with High School Musical, the musical, the series, where a few of the cast members are grown and then the other few cast members are actual teenagers still. Please, and exactly, if you're gonna have this in your show, please don't have them interact with each other, like, romantically. It's really, really weird. I don't like it. The fashion's very hit or miss in this show. I either loved it or I hated it, okay? Y'all, I'm really convinced that all Netflix originals that don't take place in like an alternate universe or a period piece all share the same wardrobe department, because all the clothes look so over the top and tacky, and I just can't stand it. I'm just so convinced they all have the same wardrobe department, because I could not do it with the clothes in this show. It was very hit or miss. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they are not. Like, literally, the outfits in the first 3 episodes were sending me, especially Julie and Flynn's outfits. Their outfits in the first 3 episodes were sending me. I just couldn't do them because they were so atrocious. But the outfits after that were cute. The outfits after that were very cute. In the beginning, I just couldn't stand it. I don't know, was that supposed to be a metaphor for how they were changing over time? I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And you cannot convince me that the boys were wearing 90s fashion. That was not 90s fashion. Nope. No, I was not buying it with those outfits. I was not buying that opening scene was 1995. I was not buying that whatsoever. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. But even with these critiques that I have for the show, I still enjoyed it. I still pretty much enjoyed it. Like, the show's not perfect. It's a chaotic masterpiece, okay? It has issues, but its issues can be set aside because they took something that was so weird and they made it normalized. They made it freaking work. And that is why I believe Julie and the Phantoms is a chaotic masterpiece. And I probably said chaotic masterpiece a bunch of times in this video, okay? But it works because you can actually feel like you can see yourself in these situations. Like, that's a main problem that I have with a lot of children's shows in general, is that you can't really see yourself in there. And that was my main problem with a lot of Disney Channel shows I grew up watching. You can't see yourself in there. Here with Julie and the Phantoms and Andy Mack, I can see myself in there. I gotta give Girl Meets World my props too. I can see myself in there. Even though I love the show and I think it's amazing, I will be the first person to tell you that it's not for everybody. It's not. Like, if you love boy bands and you love music and you like funny dudes, this is the show for you. But if none of those 3 things interest you any kind of way, no. And also, if you're looking for a teen-oriented show that ain't Euphoria, basically, that's not Skins, okay? That's not Degrassi. If you're looking for a teen-oriented show that does not have kids being horny, doing drugs, or dressing like they're going to the club, this is the show for you, okay? I'm sorry I had to read my outline word for word right there, because that's just the perfect way for me to describe it. It's a really, really cute teen-oriented show, and I'm pretty sure that if you're just tired of watching shows that over-sexualize teenagers and have them cussing left and right and drinking and doing drugs, like, I literally had to just rewatch Euphoria for a Euphoria video that I'm making. I'm tired. Julie and the Phantoms is extremely refreshing to know that there are still people out here that want to see children as children and not having them over the top. So that's one thing that I really do appreciate on Julie and the Phantoms. And that concludes Harriyanna's take on Julie and the Phantoms. Y'all have been begging me for this video for like ever, and I got it out the way, and I'm happy. I'm really, really proud. I'm really satisfied with my take on it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns regarding Julie and the Phantoms, please get them down in the comments. I really do enjoy talking to you guys in my comments after you guys watch my videos, because some of y'all been commenting before y'all even watch, missing the points. But I still love y'all. I still love my pirates, even though y'all do things like that sometimes. If you'd like to see more of me, please go subscribe to my Patreon. If you can, I can understand. Please go follow me on Instagram. Please go support my store when I have it launched. Please go find my mailing list. Please go follow me on Instagram on my business account. my progeny's account, my personal account. Please go follow me on Tumblr. Please go follow me on Twitter. I freaking love you guys. Once again, Happy New Year. Very, very grateful to still be here. If you're alive, you're doing enough, okay? People feel like they're not doing enough right now. If you're alive, you're doing enough, okay? I love you. I want to know if you made it to the end of this video. Comment if you're alive, you're doing enough. You got this. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yes, have a good night.
Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt. And Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA. The Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting. And everyone they're shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the